Tale, Tales of the Unknown. organMike, take it away.
Thank you, Frozen Spade. Wow. I'm here. Thank you. I mean, to be fair, I haven't actually done anything yet, but thank you. So I'm here with Koopa, and we are going to play the Bard's Tale. Normally, I would give a lot of spiel and do a lot of dramatic reading and do a lot of fun things like that, but I understand we're running very late. So I'm not going to spend time. We'll see if we can buy back a little bit of the marathon time by having an incredible run instead. I think that will be hopefully as impressive as me getting out my big voice. Right, so this is the Bard's Tale trilogy. This was a 2018 remake of several games from the 80s, put together in one neat little package as a promotional release for the Bard's Tale 4, which I have purchased but not tried yet. So we will pick new game. We're doing Tales of the Unknown Volume 1. Frozen Spade, I had an incentive for this. Are we going into Legacy mode and turning on the old experience requirements?
With the overwhelming support of the community, we have met the Legacy full XP requirement.
Oh dear. All right. So the Legacy mode allows you to play the game like it played in the 80s, like it says there. So we're going to turn off all but the full experience requirements. So the only... so several of these, like... No items entry has really no impact on the run. Save at guild only has a huge impact. This was a game from the 80s. The only place you could save was at the Adventurers Guild where you started the game. So, you know, it would be really disastrous to get to the last fight and get annihilated and lose 20 minutes of progress. Automap disabled, it's just fun to see where you are, so having the automap on is nice. Individual inventory, roster RPG from the 80s, everyone had their own stuff. You didn't have a collective inventory. I do now, that's nice. Miscellaneous game differences, we need that one turned off, otherwise we are playing Legacy mode. We have spells available to us from the second and third games, which are going to be very useful in this particular game. Game-specific songs, the way the Bard's song mechanics works, I'll explain some of that during the game. Use unequipped items, I'll turn that off. That's actually to my advantage to have it on, because I could use items from the inventory without having equipped them. Anyway, the only one we've got on is full experience requirements. Let's get rolling here. Yes. Nice little tip. And we have this lovely little introductory song, which we will skip, unfortunately, but Volume 1, Tales of the Unknown. We have our basic story. Evil wizard takes over small town. We will start by deleting the pre-made team, and we will create 3 new members. The first I will create myself is a male hobbit rogue. We're looking for 18 dexterity and better hit points than 17 because he'll just get wiped out. So just re-roll till we get 18 dexterity and some good hit points on there. Okay, well, no, with those, there we are. There's a, and we will accept this character and we will name him Wayne. I'll explain why after. I have naming incentives for the other characters. So for the Bard, have we got a male or female Bard?
All right, looks like the name for the Bard, with a generous $200,
Ooh.
is John Oliver.
John Oliver. Male, then, I'm assuming. And John Oliver shall be a dwarf Bard. We're looking for high constitution. So 17 is the maximum that a dwarf can roll. 18 hit points is not going to cut it, though. It looks like the game is rolling 3d6 over there. It's not, actually. It's picking... it's actually a random number between 1 and 8 and adding a bonus for each of them. There we go. There's a number. Class default, John, with a capital J, Oliver. And I have a spellcaster. Name, please.
The name for the spellcaster, from which I believe to be a last-minute donation, is Hoishin, H-O-I-S-H-I-N.
Hoishin, H-O-I-S-H-I-N. Male or female? Male. Thank you. So the spellcaster is an elf. Conjurer. Now there's 2 kinds of spellcasters, conjurer, magician. I'm going to explain those mechanics as we go. Intelligence and dexterity we're looking for here. 16s in both of them are the maximum I can get, and I want 16s in both of them. I will settle for a 16 and a 15, but I really want a pair of 16. So the stats, the 5 stats it's rolling for: strength, intelligence, constitution, dexterity, and luck. Not with only 16 hit points. That would be death. Strength, if your strength is above 15, there we go, there's a roll. Strength is above 15, you do additional damage on melee attacks. This was Hoishin. And there we go, there's our party. All right, we are going to get this thing going. Enter this. Oh, Frozen Spade, I've got a question for you.
Shoot.
I don't need the game controls. Do you like flute, harp, or mandolin?
Give me some flute.
Give me some flute. All right, we're going to purchase flute. John Oliver is going to play us some flute music. All the sound you hear in this game is diegetic, meaning it comes from within the game itself. So you don't actually get any background music unless your bard is playing music. So he's playing the Bodder Kiln Fest, and this is a statue just sort of standing there. We're going to engage in an act of vandalism and fight it. This did 18 damage. Okay. We're not hitting it very hard. You might notice my characters are healing after every round. That's because of the Bodder Kiln Fest that John Oliver is playing. We're going to go through here. And we have a tavern. Taverns serve a very useful function. John Oliver can order himself some ginger ale. The girls in the tavern are not impressed, but that's fine. And that will recover his songs. He can only use 1 song per level he has. And then we're also going to order wine. And they say, go down to the cellar and pick out a bottle yourself. That puts us in the dungeon. And since we have the experience requirements from the original game, they also put back the set fights. So now that you all have the flow of the game, so the samurai has very few hit points this time. Now that you have an idea of what's going on, I'm going to initiate party combat. We can do this at any time. Just defend, but again, we're singing that song, so we're healing our party as we go. And we can leave that. Go back underground. Order some wine. Go pick out a bottle. Costs me 3 gold every time I do that. And we'll go fight this samurai again. So this being an old roster RPG, the speed run is basically grind until you find a better grind. We'll speed up the speed of the text in the battles now that you all know what's going on. So we've killed 3 samurai. I need to get rid of 6 to get my first level. Oh, that's okay. That is not. All right, that's why I auto-save before each of them. So this temple right here is the Thieves' Temple. They heal rogues for free. They don't charge guild members. We'll fight 3 gnomes, sure. Shouldn't have, but we did. Heal the whole party. It costs money. 10 gold per hit point to heal. We also found a mace, so let's equip that to Wayne. Wayne. So, the story of me in this game goes back way to when I was a wee child, and I was learning to play these games in my parents' basement by watching my father and his best friend. And that best friend was a man by the name of Wayne. And Wayne, unfortunately, earlier this year, passed away from a brief battle with cancer. And so, in honor, I have been naming my rogue Wayne for the past several months. So, that's the story behind Wayne. All right. This is the review board. This is where we get level up. The little arrows beside each of the characters' name tell us we have enough experience. We're going to be save scumming some stats here. We do not want luck. What we're looking for here is dexterity or intelligence. We'll take a point of intelligence. That's fine, even with that low spell point gain. What we're looking for here is disarm and hide in shadows skill. 4 and 5 are about as low as I can get. I want 10s and 11s in those. I'm not even going to take a 9 and a 7. No, come on. Come on, game. Come on. 4. No. We'll live with that. And poor John Oliver just needs a level. And we need to kill 6 more samurai to get our next level. So I mentioned that there were 2 kinds of spellcasters we could start with. So Hoishin is a conjurer. As a conjurer, they sort of create things out of thin air. They create magical effects. They summon monsters. Conjurers are your basic, your lowest level of spellcaster. But we also had the option to take a magician, and a magician, they enchant things. They make the walls of the dungeons light up. So whereas a conjurer would create a fire in the air, a magician will just make the walls glow. Why not? Then you go up from magician, you get to sorcerer. Sorcerers are illusionists. They summon all sorts of weird creatures that don't actually exist. They're the ones who will give you your ability to see traps in the dungeons and to find hidden things. And wrong button. I want that. There we go. Dissension in my ranks. Not really. We're just going to use the game's systems to heal up. And beyond sorcerer, there's wizard. And wizards are the demonologists. They're the ones who summon up the big monsters. They also have some very handy skills for dealing with the undead, which we're going to need later. So Hoishin is going to follow a career path, which is going to take him all the way through Conjurer to get all 7 levels of spells. Then we're going to get about 5 levels of Sorcerer spells. And we're going to get a few levels of Wizard spells, finally to end up in Magician. We're almost done to get to our next level of spells. You get a new level of spells every odd level for your spellcasters. You have to buy them from the review board. So, nope, not going to let Hoishin go in there. Weirdly, despite the fact that we're not drinking anything, ordering wine, we're getting drunk for some reason. I don't understand it, but that's the way the game works. There we go. There's our level up. You get used to the songs after a while. There's one in the 3rd game that turns off random encounters. You get real used to hearing that one. Now, you see the little star beside Hoishin that says that I can purchase new spells for him. And I will be. Not with a 4 and Hide in Shadows. Come on. So what they've done when they made this trilogy, they carried some abilities back to the other games. Originally, the rogue's only real use in Bard's Tale 1 and 2 was to open treasure chests. So we get 4 new spells there. But in the 3rd game, they developed the Hide in Shadows skill to be much more useful. Pardon me. Oh, nice Requiem. The Hide in Shadow skill allows the thief to walk off the combat line and to backstab enemies. And in this game, a backstab causes a critical hit. And a critical hit is not just more damage, but is an instant kill. Hitting something for 1 point of damage and critically hitting it is killing it. So we're actually going to go do some more vandalism over here. Some more difficult vandalism. So we're actually going to, in here, we're going to change our Bard song after we do a heal up. 3Ds, 2Ys. 3Ds, 2Ys. Yes, last one. Okay. We're going to change our Bard song. We got 6 to pick from. We want the Wayland's Watch. Makes enemies do less damage in combat. And we're going to take on this guy, Stone Giant. We're going to use that Hide in Shadow skill to change the status to Hidden. Attack foes up to 20 feet away. 10 feet is melee range. Critically hitting for 1 point of damage, killing it. These guys are worth more experience, which is, what we're grinding for right now. We cannot have the spellcaster killed. Because as expensive... We cannot have the spellcaster killed. Game, please. As expensive as it is to heal hit points at the temple, healing conditions and death is much more. Go over here. We are going to enter into party combat. We can use Bard songs in combat, so we're going to do that. So the difference, one of the legacy options is to use the Bard songs as they were originally programmed. In the first two Bard's Tale games, the Bard song's strength depends on where you were when you cast it, which is a really weird way of doing things. In Bard's Tale 3, which is the most linear of the games, they changed it so that the Bard song was related to the strength of the Bard, specifically to their level. Oh, we didn't succeed on the hide check. Yeah, that's going to happen next, yeah. So everyone's ready for a level. We'll go and take it. Way. That's me getting lost. Bridge rail. This is Roscoe's Energy Emporium. We'll talk to Roscoe in a bit. Where am I going? I'm going to the review board. That's right. Here we go. Let's save scum. We're not 7 spell points is tough to give up, but I need those. I need the right stats. So I mentioned strength raises combat damage. Intelligence raises your magic points at level. That's about all it does. Dexterity means you go first in combat. Yeah, we'll take that even with the low count. And also dexterity affects the bonuses on thief skills when you level up, which is why I wanted an 18 dexterity for Wayne, which is not doing me a heck of a lot of good right now. I want the big hide check. I want the big hide check to come off. It's only got a nice 69% up here.
Nice.
Yeah. But as we go further on in the game, that number goes down. As you get further on in the dungeons, they put a bigger penalty on that hide check. And I really want Wayne to be able to hide in the shadows. We'll take that even with the low disarm check. Okay, we're going to go fight some more statues. Down here, this is the Grand Plaza. There's 4 sets of temples in there. There's the Temple of the Great Gods, Temple of the Greater Gods, and Temple of the Greatest Gods, as well as the Temple of the Mad God, which we'll be exploring in a bit. We are going to cast Word of Healing on John Oliver. You'll sometimes see me do that when the games first came out. In order to cast any spells, you needed a 4-letter code. So I've got a lot of them memorized, so they're just sort of second nature, even though they've changed the way it works, and I could just be typing W, just as a simple check. You'll notice every so often Hoishin will be outlined in blue, and his spell points will go up. Standing in the sunlight is good for spellcasters. Who knew it? They recover spell points by standing in the sun. I could also do it selected that way. There we are. An Ogre Lord. And the nice thing about this is I can keep that there. There we are. Hide and attack. Attack, attack, attack. And everyone's ready for level up. This is a big important level up for Hoishin, because now we're up to level 5, which means 3rd level spells. And 3rd level spells includes a spell called War Strike. Will restore Hoishin's spell points. This is Roscoe. Roscoe sells magic points. War Strike is a 3rd level spell that damages an entire group of enemies. This means we don't have to fight statues anymore. Strength is not going to help us here. Hoishin is barely going to attack anything. Tough to give up that 7. Yeah, I really want that last point of dexterity. Maximum for every stat is 18. And having 18 dexterity means basically that Hoishin is going to go first in almost every fight against enemies down here. There's a couple of 11s for disarm and hide. All right. Now we're going to go back to that wine cellar we were talking about.
Do we have time for a couple donations?
We absolutely do.
We have a generous $100 donation from the infamous bug that reads, Amazing event and wonderful commentary / runs so far. Glad to be part of the speedrunning community, but more glad to be supporting this cause. Keep up the amazing work, runners, helpers, and everyone involved, including you watching.
Okay, so now we're under the wine cellar, we're in the sewers, and through this door is a group of 6 spiders. So we're going to attack them, and we're going to go over here and cast War Strike. And Wayne is going to disarm the traps on those. Yes. Oh, there's some scale armor there too. I can whip up a bit. I could have bought armor, but buying armor costs money, and I need my money. That's one reason I switch over to fighting spiders, other than the fact that it's, I don't get as much experience for them, but I don't think anyone can use gauntlets, no. Don't get as much experience for them, but we do need to grind money as well. Chainmail. Nope, no need. I'll sell it. Now you see the options on the treasure chest. Wayne can disarm the trap with a chance to fail. Hoishin could also use a trap zap spell, which would... Oh, there's some rows for Hoishin. A trap zap spell, which would open the treasure chest with no chance of failure. But right now, the traps on the treasure chests aren't that bad. But the worst we'd have to deal with is a rogue getting badly injured or killed. And we've got the Thieves' Temple right outside that we can... No, I don't want to attack. We've got the Thieves' Temple right outside that we can heal him for free at. We found a flute. You might have noticed the sound that the Bard's song is making is very fluty. The sound depends... The sound font they use depends on what instrument you're carrying. And that goes back to the Apple II and Commodore 64 days. Hopefully you'll get to hear a harp or a horn coming up. Possibly even drums. If I get very lucky. But we need to go back and pay Roscoe a quick visit.
Can we get one more donation in?
Absolutely. Go for it.
We have a $36 donation from Mokomichi USA with no comment, but using my deductive reasoning, I think that was the donation that got us Hoishin in the party.
Nice. One of the interesting changes that they made when they updated the games that was not an option originally was that we're not taking advantage of it right now either. They allowed for female characters. The first 2 Bard's Tale games in the 80s, your characters were assumed to be male. And yes, they all had animated little images as well, so... The blades, bit of damage, not a big deal. Put those leather gloves on him. There. Yeah, we're just going to grind until we get a better grind. Hoishin, when we get our next spell level, will suddenly start getting experience very quickly. Because what we can do, because we're not playing the original mode, is we can fill the party up with summoned monsters. There's Hoishin's level. We're at level 4. Okay, yeah, keep going. Wayne is poisoned. You'll see the real-time elements do mean that Wayne takes poison damage every tick of the clock, even outside combat. There are several real-time elements in the game. I've already mentioned... Oh, hello. Already mentioned Bard's healing. Combat starts with real-time elements as well. So as you're moving through the dungeon, it's not randomly checking per step, it's randomly checking every tick of the clock. Spells and songs run in real time, not in the number of steps you take. So things like that. So we're going to finish off this set of spiders. Oh, didn't kill them all. That's all right. Wayne took damage and died, but, you know, he still opened the treasure chest, so we're good. Around here, up the stairs, out the tavern. This is the only place that might cause a problem. We'll use a little arc fire. There we go. We'll revive Wayne. And we will go and visit the review board. Yeah, I don't want to give it that 11. You know what? I can't take a 6. Can't take a 6. Need the big hide. If I wasn't gonna take an 11 and 6 game, it really wants me to have a 6 on that hide and shadows. Yeah, I'll deal with a 9. That's 8 mad dogs. I probably should have taken them out. No, can't take 5 spell. Don't worry, this doesn't go on every time. There we go. Now, we go and talk to Roscoe.
Can I get in a donation here?
This is a perfect time for it.
We have $10 from Lone Weasel that reads, "Remember, every donation during this run goes toward ridding our fair city of the samurai menace that plagues it."
I have to give a big shout out to Lone Weasel. Currently, I'm here with my 5-year-old daughter. Obviously, she is not going to be up at 2 in the morning to watch me run an hour-long game. So Lone Weasel is currently sitting up in our hotel room watching over her, which is a wonderful favor. So, big thank you there. Put them in. I promise this gets better and faster. It's sort of like rolling downhill. Once you get started... Ooh, Mithril Shield. I didn't even notice I picked that up. Once you get started, once things start rolling, it gets faster and faster and faster. Party finds a mandolin. See? We get different sound. Just in case the flute was annoying you. And there are barred instruments with real interesting special effects. I'm hoping to find some of those. Oh, that is the wrong spell. You. Sometimes I go to press yes before I've actually confirmed what I'm actually doing. The other thing you might have noticed is beside the hit points, armor class, AC. As I'm putting armor on them, it's getting lower. This is a game based on Dungeons & Dragons, again, from the 80s. Lower armor class is better. And that's how I grew up playing D&D, by the way. None of this difficulty check stuff. Low armor class was better, and we knew what THAC0 meant. Yeah, and if you hit 0 HP, you were done. Oh, there goes my light. Oh. I'd like to say I don't need the light to navigate the dungeons. Oh, I just realized I didn't have the spell points to actually do that. We'll run away. There we are. We'll reload. There we are. That will solve that problem. Okay, good. We're not actually going to fight that because I don't have the spell points to kill it. So running away in this game, you can run away from set fights. You can run away from any fight. If it's a boss fight or something that's set that's supposed to block your path, you'll actually back up a step, and it won't. I said exit. It won't actually. Like I could run away from the samurai to just bounce me back a step. And there's Hoishin's level. All right, we're going to actually go here. We're going to remove Wayne and John Oliver from the party. We're going to go over here. Oh, 8 spell points. Beautiful. Spell acquiring. There it is. Alix Instant Wolf. The reason we do... All right, we can start filling up our party with very good boys. And we will be seeing a lot of those good boys until we get up to the top level Conjurer spells. There's a whole party full of good boys. The first 4 characters on the party line can attack and be attacked in melee range. Anything 5, 6, or 7 cannot be attacked by melee or do melee fighting at all. So Hoishin is now unable to be hit by, say, spiders who can only attack in melee range. And Hoishin, being the only character present gaining experience, now gets 3 times as much experience as I was getting when the whole party was there. So again, once we start rolling, we start going downhill. Everything gets faster. I tried to run away. If you try to run away and fail, it just starts a normal round of combat. We now have to use Trap Zap to open treasure chests, but that's fine. We have spell points. See? I ran away. It's fine. And we're still going to use War Strike. I know this is exciting, isn't it? Watching me go up and down stairs and kill the same 6 spiders over and over again. You should watch me run Ultima 2 sometime. You go in and literally kill the same thief at the front of a town about 100 times. This poor guy just has a terrible day. In and out, in and out. But we're getting 900 at crack this time. Make sure I don't run out of spell points.
Can I take a moment to update us on some upcoming bid incentives?
You absolutely can. Sounds like a fantastic thing to be doing.
All right, the next run we have is a run of Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Death Knights of Krynn, and there is an ongoing bid war to name the 5 party members with the top 5 choices taken. Currently in the lead we have MS Kane, followed by Sakura Tsubasa, followed by Phil, followed by Poexel, and then we have a 4-way tie after that.
Ooh.
So get your donations in, and you can make the difference on that 5th party member. The next run after that is a run of Quest for Glory 2 Trial by Fire with a class bid war. That is a bid war between Thief, Fighter, and Magic User. Currently, with Thief in the lead with $100, but Fighter and Magic User tied at $25, although I haven't heard from David TKI, the runner. He would like to run Fighter. So get your donations in, folks, and make sure to put them towards those incentives.
You make that happen. You know, when the runner wants to run something. Well, one of 2 things happen. When the runner wants to run something, either the community gets together to support and encourage them or to stop them from that, whatever they possibly can. I don't know. I think sometimes I probably should be stopped. All right, we're getting close here. What do we got? 26,000. Okay. We're getting 900 a pop on these spiders. So, fight, cast. The other thing, I only have to input one command now, so it's even faster that way. My money's also getting up there, and with these summoned wolves, I can go and fight more statues. There's another mandolin, but I've got no one in the party to play it.
I thought we were playing Bard's Tale.
The Bard is currently resting at the Adventurers Guild.
It is pretty late.
Yeah.
He needs a nap.
Don't we all? So, let's see. We're getting 900 a pop on these spiders, and this is like basically entirely safe. We're also getting a good chunk of change every time we open one of those treasure chests. I am using the Trap Zap spell to do it, which costs me 2 magic points every time I do it, which is which limits the number of times I can actually... It costs me a couple of fights with the spiders. But it also means I'm not triggering traps and you know, getting my spellcaster killed. No, we've got... Yeah, the only thing non-diegetic is that trumpet call that when a fight starts, and the trumpet call that sounds the retreat when you go the other way. When you advance rapidly to the rear. Thank you, my very good boys.
Hey, organMike.
Hey, what?
Did you know RPG Limit Break is proud to once again partner with the Yeti to bring you 6 awesome t-shirts that are now available, plus pins. Head over to theyeti.com/RPGLB. Take a look at the designs, pick up the ones you want, and know that $5 from every t-shirt purchased will be donated to NAMI. Remember, Yeti is spelled Y-E-T-E-E, theyeti.com/RPGLB.
That sounds like an awesome deal.
Indeed, I'm looking at that SMRPG shirt. Have a look, everybody. There's a shirt out there for you.
Come on. There we go. Got the... Get some more good boys in here. I'm actually a cat person, but, you know. There we are. Again, we're rolling downhill. You might also notice the day is waning here. The game has a day-night cycle. At night, the equipment emporium, like you can't... Oh, there it is. That wolf cry. I was worried about that. Alas, your party's expired and gone to adventure heaven. It's okay. It just sends us back here. We'll just put Wayne in. We will live with that. When you enter the Adventurers Guild, if it's nighttime, it costs me a lot of money, but sometimes we do what we must. When you enter the Adventurers Guild, if it's nighttime, when you leave, it will be dawn. All right. We'll take that. And we need some more good boys. They weren't good enough, unfortunately, last time. Now we have Shock Sphere. 5th level Conjurer spell, Shock Sphere. It is like War Strike, but better. And it will let us stop with the killing of the spiders and move on to something even meatier. Need a Mage Flame. For a certain definition of meat, anyway. There's a trap right in front of us. I'm going to trap zap it. Because if I stepped on it, I could die, and I do not want that. There's also a trap hiding here. Right there. And there's 45 zombies here. This is a Shock Sphere. Now there are no zombies. And there's 23,000 experience. Which is a bit of a jump from 900, I think you'll agree.
The map checks out on that one.
Yeah, so this is the burial preparation chamber. That's where the zombies are kept. Now, one of the reasons I wanted all that dexterity and why I was pushing for it so hard is that often I can get off the Shock Sphere before the attacks happen. Which is the ideal, because then I don't have to resummon my wolves. So we got those. We got 66 skeletons here. That's a War Strike. That will not do what I want it to do. That's what I want. Oh, it gets better. There are probably like 2 or 3 people who know this game who know what's coming after this. I'm going to try not to spoil the surprise. But I don't know that's much of a surprise. This is, like I said, you're constantly grinding better grinds. That's the whole idea. So, we are looking right now for... That's fine. Need to go talk to Roscoe and get my spell points back. Give me another wolf.
Hey, organMike.
Hey, what?
You may have noticed talk about incentives and prizes.
I
This-
may have, indeed.
Yeah, this means that you get to vote with your wallet to name characters, get our runners to complete difficult or ridiculous tasks, or help pick which story you get to see in certain games. You can also become eligible to win prizes donated by community members, and all donations do go to NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. For more information, check the channel bio for a link to the 2023 tracker.
If, for example, you wanted to name some characters in the Bard's Tale, or, you know, name the hero of Ultimo that I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. So yeah, now we're rolling. We're not quite tumbling downhill yet, but we're certainly rolling. One of the things I found there was a lax lyre. Lyre, L-Y-R-E, as in the musical instrument. It when the bard is equipped with it, they don't use their equivalent of magic points. They get all their spells for free. So that's going on the bard. That is not actually the way to go. I have the auto map up so I don't get lost. It's not working. And 5 ghouls. Unidentified offhand. That could be a shield, it could be a wand. You can't tell that by looking at it, no. There's a few things like that. Like, I love when your characters pick up like unidentified gloves, and it's just leather gloves that they've seen 100,000 times because they're sold at the store. You know. There's level 6 spells. We are close. 230,000 experience is where we need to be to get level 7 spells. And at level 7, we get the infamous Apport Arcane spell, which is a teleport, which allows us to move through the dungeons pretty freely, meaning that we don't have to actually do a lot of exploring and finding things. We can just blip ourselves straight to the boss. Oops. Sure, we'll allow a swordsman to join. Every so often you run into random monsters in the dungeon, and they'll just say, hey, let me in. And you can attack them if you want. I mean, he's just going to be, you know, he's not going to last any longer than the wolves. There's another lax liar. The bard can't use 2 of them at the same time. It would be awesome, but unfortunately he can't. So this game, interesting fact, this game controls using either the arrow keys, mithril bracers, hello. Either the arrow keys or WASD. The original, of course, if you've ever seen an Apple II or a Commodore 64 keyboard, they don't really have arrow keys as such. That was a low initiative roll. So you actually used I, J, K, and L.
Excuse me?
Yeah, use I, J, K, and L.
Wow.
Use I for advance, J and L would turn, and K was, there was no reverse, there was no turnaround. K was actually kicking a door. If you wanted to move through a door, you had to use K. Yep. Them were the original controls. All right. The other thing we get at level 7 spells is a better summon. We got ogres. Ogres aren't worth... I mean, if you're actually playing the game casually, ogres are better than wolves, but what we got now is something which should not be in this game. We'll take it. Acquiring Elix Instant Slayer. What is a Slayer? The name speaks for itself. Note that minus 15 on the armor class. Those things don't get hit very often. So yeah, Slayers were introduced in the second game, where more enemies would be using spells and would be able to hit much more powerful targets. I forgot to change my character class. So with 4 Slayers at the front of the party, not a lot of things hit us. We're going straight to Sorcerer. Get our first level Sorcerer spells. Now we go back in here, speak to the priest, and we are going to cast our first Apport Arcane. We're going to go north 8, 11, and up -1. This takes us to the 2nd floor, stairs down. We'll take them. You notice Mr. Angry Skull up here. He tells us area curses have been detected. We cannot target an Apport Arcane here, and we cannot cast Phase Door. That's fine. We don't need to target Apport Arcane there. We can target it to the stairs. Here's 36 ghouls. They're going to die. And we'll just let the Slayers finish them off. And there's 82,000 experience. Yeah, now we're moving. We're going to lose our mini-map for a bit because I'm going to... Whoops, hello. I'm going to get teleported. Oh, I'm going to lose my light too. Run into the wall. Thank you. So getting teleported causes your mini-map to go away until you cast a spell to reorient yourself. And I don't have that spell. So I'm going through this bit, whoops, without the mini-map. Run away, and 66 zombies. We'll let the Slayers do the rest. A Bard Sword does the same thing as a Lax Lyre, except it's a weapon instead of an instrument. Get teleported again. This is anti-magic, so it puts out my spell. Then we've got Darkness. One of the neat things with the graphical updates, you can see in the dark if you cast a spell. So I'm walking around here, and that's an anti-magic square. And first boss. King Eldrick, now a creature of darkness. Now, mortal men, I will drink of your souls, he hisses. One Spectre. Spectre's not immune to Slayers, so, yeah. The eye has been added to the party inventory, which is something we need. We step here, we get teleported back. If you change floors, you reorient your map. Check my experience. Need one more fight over here. And one of the other nice things with the mini-map is that we have this, well, mini-map, which you can use Apport Arcane directly on. Boom. We're going to get rid of this Slayer who got drained. In the original game, there was a neat little experience glitch with the drain stat. Take a few levels. Oops, not what I want. And we need to class change into Wizard. Now we're going to go get our party back. So with the drain stat in the original game, it actually drained a level away from you. So you had, you would have a situation where you would go down to 1 experience point less. So if you needed 1,000 experience to get your level, you got drained, you would end up with 999 experience. However, it also applied the status of drain to you. So you finish the fight, get your experience, go get your level up, and then go to the temple, release the drain condition, and get another level. And when you're talking with high... oh, we're going to lose this one. Yeah. Okay. This is the tough statue. Come on. Still at 20 feet. Okay, so we had to advance to him. There we go. Thank you, Slayers. So yeah, with a high-level wizard, you're talking millions of experience per level. So, oh yeah, Bard Song. We're going to use Seeker's... Oh, actually, we're going to go and equip the Bard's Sword. And the eye so we don't lose it. Finn's Flute. Back to a flute. Ooh, anything else that we want to put on? I've been picking up stuff. Shield, Mithril Dagger. Can't equip things to monsters. I might as well equip a staff. Just start throwing stuff out. And we will use our Bard Song, the Seeker's Ballad, which puts light up. Going to Apport Arcane, 3 to the west. We get a Crystal Sword. Saves me going through the whole dungeon. We go 3 south and 3 east. Stairs going up. Again, Mr. Angry Skull is angry. We cannot actually teleport to this floor. Don't want to fight that. There's a trap in front of me. Oh, I tried to run. We'll just reload because I auto-saved right before it. Sometimes it's faster to take the fight if you can get away with it. There we go. Smoke in my eyes. So any clue? This guy is going to tell us, have you come to answer my riddle? Once man alive, now living dead. It drinketh blood and stealeth breath. Any idea? Frozen Spade, any clue?
Perhaps a vampire.
That's exactly it. We get over here, and we get a silver square. And from here, we're going to Apport Arcane. We're going to go north 5. We're going to go east 11. We're going to go up 1. And we can land here. Hey. A sign on the wall reads, the barracks. Official robes are required. Official robes. Oh, we need to change our Bard Song. The Traveler's Tune. Note, my armor class just went down. That's what the Traveler's Tune does. The legions of Baron Harkin stand before you, recognizing you as intruders. Death to them, they scream. I love this down here. Intruder alert right there. Yeah. The room is filled with 99 berserkers at 20 feet, 99 berserkers at 30 feet, and 99 berserkers at 40 feet. So this looks pretty bleak, except for the fact that 99 berserkers cannot hit armor class minus 18. So yeah, this is not going to go well for those berserkers. Actually, while we're here, we'll do that. We also picked up this lovely little spell, Mangar's Mindblade. It hits all foes, not just a group of enemies, all enemies. Sound warning, you may want to turn this down when the Mindblade starts going off, because you're going to get something that sounds like a machine gun going through here. Here we go. And then they get to miss 100 times. It's great. And we'll just do it again. And yeah, just let the Slayers finish him off. And there's 337,000 experience points. That's divided 3 ways, by the way. So we're just going to Apport Arcane, what is it, 6 plus 6 plus 3 minus 2. This chamber is filled with magical energy. Potion spell points are going up. This is my only break in the run. That's one of the fun things about doing retro RPGs. You start and you just keep going. There's no break at all. It's wild.
Can we use this break for a couple donations?
Absolutely.
We have $20 from Palmer that reads, had to dono to support a fellow late-night warrior.
Hey.
Keep up the great run and energy, Mike. I'd also love to thank the team of multiple people off-stream that are there for every run, making things function. Every run we get to enjoy is made possible by more than us runners. Thank you all. Absolutely. Dono goes to this incredible runner, organMike's choice.
Oh, goodness. Well, what's coming up to make things... Well, you know what? The David wanted to do a fighter for Quest for Glory. Let's make him do a fighter.
Let's do it.
You're welcome. A broom, nice. If the party's if you're playing on oh, we don't want to get rid of the silver square. We want to hold on to that. If you're doing legacy mode, oh, I just threw out the crystal sword. Cool. I didn't know I could do that. I hope I can pick it back up, because otherwise I'm in real trouble. Let's see where'd that be. That would be -5, -12, -2, and then -3 more. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go +5, +15, +2. Oh, hey, you guys are back. Guess what?
Can we give a donation a shot over the machine gun fire?
Sure.
All right, we got, and bear with me here, $10 from Le French Restream.
Ooh.
In English, they say, this donation is to rename Serge as Llama in Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition. Serge Llama is a French singer. Good luck and have a nice marathon. And I'm going to do my best here. Bonjour, on va tenter de renommer Serge en Llama dans Chrono Cross, the Radical Dreamers Edition. Bon marathon et gardez la paix.
Merci beaucoup, mes amis. A fire mandolin. Oh, that just made life much more interesting. So we're going back to mandolin. And we will apport arcane. And we're going to go back to the chamber filled with magical energy. The fire mandolin gives the bard a breath weapon. There are fire horns as well, which are nice. There's some big ones. Hopefully, I can get frost drums, which does give me a drum sound for the music. And we're just gonna wait for our spell points to come back a bit, and then we're gonna move on. We'll do one. We'll go through the barbarians berserkers one more time. Yeah, it's one point every half second. So for 50 points, it's about 25 seconds to go.
Can we get one donation in?
Go for it.
We have $15 from BDR. Never heard of Bard's Tale or organMike before, but loving both. Great stuff. Game looks great. Enjoying the commentary. Here's to a brilliant finish. Thanks.
Never heard of me, eh? I can't say I'm shocked. Okay, last time, I promise. We can use that fire mandolin to speed things up just a bit. So the bard has a breath weapon now. There. Okay, so that's the last time I need to do that. Shield staff, how nice. That'll go to... Why not? Oh, that's why not. We'll give it to... There we go. And you're going to need the crystal sword eventually. We're going to change our bard song to the Seeker's Ballad so I can see where I'm going. Head down here. And 2 squares south of me, which is the direction I'm facing, is a statue of a 15-foot tall warrior. Will you approach it? Yes. An eye levitates from the party and goes to the statue's empty socket. I love this. I hunger. The statue comes to life. Gaze at the awesomeness of one mad god. The language in this game is fantastic sometimes. And yeah, it's not immune to slayers, though. All right. So we got teleported to the north corner here. We're up here. We were just over here. We can't get through these iron gates normally, which is why we need to get teleported here. This is Kiliaran's Amber Tower. We turn west immediately, walk through here, and get teleported. We lose our visibility here, step through here, and we get teleported again. We're standing on a spinner. If I try to turn, it will turn me in a random direction. So I'm just going to step off it, go around this way. We have to answer a question here. Name the one of cold, foretold, twofold. Whoops. Let's do it right. Stone Golem. You find clues about that through the game, but I know the answers to the puzzles already. We're going to walk in the darkness to the wall. We're going to turn around. We're going to walk to the next wall. Turn around. And answer this one. There we go. Walk to the wall. Walk over here to the wall. Come through here. Big long corridor. And I want to save before going through this door here, because there's always 6 green dragons on the other side. And if I don't manage to run away, they will kill me. We're going to cast a magic compass so I know which way I'm pointing. Here's my compass right there. Because I'm in darkness. I need to go both 1, 2, 3. North, 1, 2, 3 to the wall. And north through here. Silver triangle has been added to the party. It's my inventory. I need that. Go south. We go east, south, west. South to the wall. East to the wall. South to the wall. We go west, north, west, north, west, west, south through the door, and we're out of the dark. Oops. So here's an interesting thing. We've got a silver square and a silver triangle. And, oh, through this door, crystal golem. Yeah, we'll fight it. We'll let the slayers take care of it. Giant figurine. It comes back to life. Magic mouth. So the crystal golem, for whatever reason, is programmed to always drop an item. Thieves' darts. Interesting. Adamant dagger. Ag's arrows. Not useful, but sell nicely. Okay, now we'll stop. Didn't get anything really useful. All right, so we're going to kick out our slayers. And we're going to use our wizard spells to summon some undead. So the deal with the crystal golem, the only way to kill it is with that crystal sword that I accidentally threw away. Which is why I needed to get it back. We're going to change our bard song to the Wayland's Watch so we take less damage. And now, the goal is to buff the bard up using Falcontine's Fury and other buffing spells that we've got here, like Battle Skill. And try not to get Wayne killed as we do this. Seeker's Ballad, Wrath of Valhalla. I did not want to cast on myself. Hide in the shadows, please. Seeker's Ballad, Wrath of Valhalla on John Oliver. Good, he got hiding. All right, now we hope John Oliver can kill this thing quick. Yep. 17 points of damage. Back. We need a healing spell. Regeneration, John Oliver. There we go. Ali's Carpet, good. And we're going to switch my song back to Seeker's Ballad. I'm going to change my equipment back to the Bard Sword. Equip Ali's Carpet. And now we have a very long winding path. More enemies in it than I'd care to count. We don't. Those are all random encounters. There's nothing set in here. So if you explore the darkness area, you get a clue to beware the sting at the end south. It says it like that, of the serpent's tail. So this little winding passage is somewhat serpentine, I would say. Somewhat serpentine. Goes on a bit. We've got 2 doors. This one's south. So it warns you. And then if you go through there, if you hold out long enough, you can actually survive that. It does eventually reopen the door. I'm walking around spinners here so I don't get spun. I need to go through this door. And this is the last corridor leading up to Kiliaran. Kiliaran is a friend. He's not an enemy. He's going to give us the Onyx Key. Without the Onyx Key, we cannot get into Mangar's tower. Mangar's the bad guy who's cast the spell of Eternal Winter, who's frozen the entire town in place. So Kiliaran gives us the Onyx Key to deal with that, and we can leave. So that's Kiliaran's Amber Tower. Also, we killed a whole bunch of Berserkers. Just get a bunch of levels, eh? All right, spells. All the way up to level 7. Class change. Hoishin to Magician. And give us our Slayers back. Oh, yeah. We've got so many new ones. We got, like, Summon Herb. Herb's awesome, but Herb doesn't have the nice... doesn't have the nice armor class. Herb also casts Summon Herb. So if you have 1 Herb in your party, all of a sudden you're going to have a full party of Herb. Herb also comes from the second game, so a little bit overpowered for this one. But again, doesn't have the nice armor class. Okay, now we need to go back to that wine cellar. There's a samurai in my way, though. Samurai's not equipped to deal with Slayers. We got some leather armor from it, though. That's cool. I should actually go into my inventory and start tossing things I don't need. Should have actually stopped and sold things, what I should have done. But... Need to hold on to that Onyx Key. You don't want to have to go through Kiliaran's tower again. All right. We need to go back in here. Wayne, order us some wine. Now there's a 3-level dungeon under here, but we just need to go south 6, south 5, and down 3. Stairs just go a long way up, and we're in the bottom corner. Again, behind gates we couldn't get. Through there is where we fought the Ogre Lords. So without the Onyx Key, you don't get this map. You just say there's a big tower here and you can't get in. Hoishin, upward arcane. So that's -9 and no, -7 plus 4 and plus 1. 2 shapes yours, one's round. Speak the shape and final found. So again, we got a square and a triangle. Frozen Spade, any idea what the third might be?
Could it be a circle?
It could indeed. The silver circle has been added to the party inventory. Any idea why those 3 shapes?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I think my guess is a little better than yours, actually.
Let's hear it.
Well, this game was published by a small company in the 80s called Electronic Arts. And in the 80s, their symbol, their logo, was made up of a square, a circle, and a triangle.
You learn something new every day.
So that, see where it says 2 darknesses there? That means we got teleported. That's okay, I know where we are. We need to trap zap behind and trap zap before. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Now I'm on a spinner. You see my compass here? Just change direction randomly. Every time I turn, it's going to turn the way I want it to and then change direction somewhere else. I want it going this way. Because we are going to go through here. This is all darkness, which is why, despite the fact me singing the song, we can't see anything. No, thank you. Little anti-magic, which is why my compass disappeared. The Keymaster! He has something to sell me. I'll buy it, thank you. The Master Key. The Master Key has a really interesting property. Those spinners that I was talking about, it nullifies them. Which takes out a big problem with, well, exploring dungeons. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Random encounters are spicy today. Through this wall. Speak the 7 of the one god. You find all these clues throughout, but I know what they are. Hey. Fly with passion and be forever damned. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn south. 1, 2, 3. There's the wall. Here's a fight. I do not want to fight that because I will lose and lose badly. And here, these stairs would not have appeared if we hadn't done the lie with passion bit. We're going to trap zap through here. If I were doing all 3 games, I would be sitting here fighting these guys. We'll use that fire mandolin. Bard has a breath weapon. Because here is where we can find some really awesome pieces of equipment. Spectre Mace, Zen Arrows. Both of them really cool pieces of equipment that I can't use. I was really sort of hoping for Frost Drums. Oh, I should cast Locate Traps, because I sometimes forget. There's a spinner, but we can walk right through it. There's a trap near. Oh, and we can cast... Now we can cast Dry Sight and reorient our map. A little bit of darkness, a little spinner. There's a trap up here. Sometimes I forget where the traps are, so it's just safer. There's 2 red dragons here. If you're not playing music, they attack you, and it's a bad time. The greatest son of Odin gives me a Thor figurine. My goodness. I don't know that I can get through this. Let's see what happens, though. Master Ninjas shouldn't be a problem if they're that far away. Run. Ah! Didn't work. Hide. Use. Run. Thank you. Okay. What have we got here? We have Beyond Death, which is going to bring back John Oliver. We're going to put our order back. Okay. Put our order back. We're going to get rid of those Slayers. We are going to recast our Slayers. I'm going to look at my magic points and cringe. And that was really dumb. I thought I had one more square. All right. Where did I save? Okay, yeah, sure. We'll use Repel Dead. And fire. Okay.
Can we get a donation in here?
Yeah, I just got to redo that bit. Wasn't that far.
Yeah, while we're redoing that, we got a donation here about our Berserker grind. $10 from Wind Bliss. Magic Missile. No, my friend, no. In Bard's Tale, we have the Magic Gatling Gun. Stay classy.
I will do what I can. My goodness, the random encounters have really been spicy tonight. Must be this computer. That's it. We'll blame the tech. So we get teleported here. This square does something really weird. Turns all walls into doors and all doors into walls. So if I go back to the map, like, here's where we fought the ghouls. That's now a wall. It's really weird. It's a neat little puzzle. I've never seen anything like it before or since. We'll use that broom, which gives us a levitation spell, which means we can go up through a portal. Get teleported here. Get hit for no reason. Death to those who would attack the Mighty One. Smoke in my eyes, limiting my line of sight. And 5 Storm Giants. And here is the Possession Trap. One of my characters gets possessed. In this case, Third Slayer. Not a problem. We'll cast Dispossess. Done. Do not wish to continue. There's a fight here. Run away from. We're going to re-up my Seeker's Ballad. Get teleported. Traps. Oh, dry sight, please. And zap that trap away. Turn down here. There's a door. Go through here. Walk around that square because there's a forced encounter there. Go up here. And what do you do with a pool of boiling liquid? Well, you jump in, of course. We get moved. And 4 specters here, but we don't have to fight them. We'll just run away. This is a corridor that hurts me. Now, square, a circle, and a triangle. Here's why I think this has to do with Electronic Arts. You see farther. Passage has been granted. Their motto at the time was, we see farther. So, cute little reference, I think. I'm going to trap zap. I'm going to walk through here. We're going to change our song. The one which we... That's not a song. That's a song. The Laclaren gives increased protection against spellcasting. All right. Now we're going to double check because we're about to go on after Mangar. The antechamber of Mangar the Dark, evil archmage of Scarabrae. Don't look. Mangar glares at you with deep hatred. Die, mortals, he screams. This is ugly. This is always ugly. This never goes well. Just to warn you. I'm expecting it. Hide in shadows, 95% chance. Use... we're going to go Seeker's Ballad. We're going to cast Farfo and try and push those demon lords away before they annihilate us. Okay, that's actually good. Believe it or not, that's good. We're going to hide in the shadows. Now notice Wayne is moving further away from the parties. Attack foes up to 20 feet. Next, we're going to throw up... We got one Vampire Lord there. We got Demon Lords coming at me. Another Laclaren. We're going to throw Farfo at that one Demon Lord that's a little close. So that doesn't happen. All right, Wayne. Okay, we're going to try and kick the dead monsters from the party, but that's probably not going to work yet. Okay, it's all on Wayne's shoulders. This is not unusual for this. He's going to attack Mangar. Mangar is dead. That's fine. We still have to beat the fight. If he ever misses a hide chance, we're going to have to reload. Hide. Hide. Stop that. Well, at least... Instead of killing Wayne. Okay. When we return to the Adventurers Guild will be time. Kiliaran shows up, says, our quest in Scarabrae is fulfilled. The spell of winter will soon end. He gives us a bunch of experience points and a bunch of money and time. Whew. Thank you. So there is also a little, whoops, so you could switch to the Destiny Knight. I do all three at one back-to-back, but there's also a fun little Easter egg they threw in here. If you go to the temple of the Mad God, and instead of Tarjan, you say the word burger, thou hast uttered the most unspeakable word, prepare to die, and you get this fight. And then if you beat this fight, you get another fight to follow it. Anyway, thought I'd show that. Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to being back in a couple days, and I'm having a great time. So, thank you, Frozen Spade. Again, thank you to Lone Weasel for looking after Charlotte while she sleeps, and thank you to everyone who makes this possible. This is a wonderful time. I'm having a great time. This is my first in-person event, and this is lots of fun. So, thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you, organMike, for that really cool run of Bard's Tale, Tales of the Unknown. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll be back with Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Death Knights of Krynn, any percent, performed by David TKI. Hang tight. And we are back, folks. Frozen Spade here, your late night host for these next two runs. RPG Limit Break 2023 is coming to you from Salt Lake City, Utah. We are raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, which was formed in 1979 as a grassroots advocacy organization by a group of parents whose children suffered with serious mental illnesses. And NAMI has maintained that focus to this day. Alright folks, we got some prizes that are available ending at the next, not this next run, but the next run, Quest for Glory 2. With a $5 minimum donation, you could win the Benjamin and Kaylee Perlers from Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. For a $5 minimum donation, you could play D&D 5e with Bob the Ninja Goldfish. I hear Bob's an excellent dungeon master. You could win a copy of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for the PS5 with a $5 minimum donation. And with a $15 minimum donation, there is a beautiful Dragon Ball Z painting on canvas. Also, with a $10 minimum donation, you could win a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest cart for your own use at home. And lastly, but not leastly, we have, for a $5 minimum donation, a Frieza Funko Pop figure. So make sure to get your donations in now if you want a chance at winning any of those excellent prizes.